Um, so we are live. Decided not to do any of the, fancy intro and promo stuff. Obviously, this is a very important live stream that I am doing here today, and so I just wanted to show a little bit more reverence. I don't know, maybe I'm being a little bit too serious, but I think today is probably going to be a turning point. It could be a turning point in what I do here. So let me just go ahead and get this started, man. So, you guys are probably smart enough. Most of you are probably smart enough to figure out that I've had several people tell me that this particular live stream is a bad idea. And you'd be right. I've had more than one acquaintance, people that I trust tell me, Donovan, you don't want to do this. You could possibly be committing brand suicide. And I'll keep it real. Man. These were three of my closest friends in this industry told me that this was possible brand suicide and that I was risking it all. Now, admittedly, I kind of thought the same thing. This could possibly cause so much blowback that I could kill my brand or even lose my channel. But then I started thinking, well, the majority of people and content creator who seem to have the biggest problem with Fresh and Fit are the black community or black YouTube. The vast majority of the hate that is thrown in the direction of Myron and Fresh comes from black YouTube. So then I had to think about this logically. Do I publicly renounce Fresh and Fit to appease black YouTube? And when I asked myself that, the answer is obvious. It was fuck no. In my mind, why should I distance myself from two of my best friends to appease a community that doesn't even accept me? All right? Like what they're going to have to, what are they going to do? Welcome me back or welcome me in with open arms if I come on and talk a bunch of shit about Fresh and Fit? Right? Are they all of a sudden going to, accept me and sign off on me as an authentic black man if I come on here and trash Myron Gaines? The answer is also hell no. Here's a hard truth, guys. And I've known this for a long time. Black YouTube has never accepted me. Even when I was writing articles and, doing podcasts, I was never considered black by black YouTube. Right? The typical ignorant rhetoric that used to come my way in my teens and 20s is exactly the same dumb shit that comes from content creators and their audiences here in my 40s, right? My skin tone, the way I talk, the fact that I date a white girl and do not date black women, in their mind, disqualifies me from talking about, everything, right? All jokes aside, that's partially true. Like most people on black YouTube disqualify me as a black man because of who I am, what I talk about, and who I date. But it doesn't bother me, right? It used to when I was younger. I'm not gonna cap on that. But I'm almost 45 years old now, and I've seen and heard all of the same nonsense for, I guess, going on 3 decades. So this is nothing new for me. I'm used to being called an Uncle Tom, a sellout, a coon, a white boy, a wannabe white boy, all the rest of that. This is the same. And the reason I'm a little subdued, guys, is because I lifted hard and heavy today. So I am really, energy's a little bit low. I guess it's probably good. But all of that Uncle Tom and all that stuff, this is the same narrative that I see and hear on the videos, on the chat, and in the comment section of black YouTube to this day. So it makes absolutely zero sense for me to sever my relationship with Myron and Fresh to appease an audience that doesn't rock with me like that. All right? They're not going to pat me on the back. All right? Do you really think these guys are going to say, you know what? Donovan Sharpe used to be an Uncle Coon ass nigga, but because he renounced Fresh and Fit, he's one of us now. Of course not. Think of it this way. Anthony Johnson, right? You guys know all about that guy. He did his level best to turn the white manosphere against me, and it failed. And a lot of those guys, over there on the other side, they used to rock with me. If I can survive that, then I can survive this. I am not, just to make it clear, I am not going to end my relationship with Fresh and Fit to make a community that doesn't even claim me as one of their own happy. Because either way, they're going to continue to trash me. So I may as well keep one of my strongest allies, because I'm going to take heat from them no matter what I say or do. That's facts. So those of you who unsubscribe for me during or after this, live stream, to you I say, listen, thank you for your support. I will miss you dearly, and I will welcome you back with open arms should you decide to come back. And that's real. That's real. Forgot to clean my spectacles here. Pardon me. But I'm not going to bend over backwards to appease anybody who does not understand the value I bring simply because of my dating options, and my dating opinion, on certain kinds of women. Those of you who stay, I appreciate it, right? To those of you who go, I hope you come back. Okay, guys, so before we get into this video that Abed did, woo, I'm thirsty. A couple days ago, I want to quickly address, if I can get this down here, I want to quickly address the live stream that the lead attorney did yesterday, entitled "YouTube Threatens Fresh and Fit with Channel Termination in 7 days." And in that live stream, he showed allegedly what was correspondence between YouTube and the paralegal at the law office that Myron and Fresh hired. He also showed his audience that YouTube told Fresh and Fit that unless they retract their copyright claims, that they could lose their channel. Now you guys know that I'm a lawyer. I'm sorry. Now you guys know that I'm not a lawyer. However, I've been through this process several times on the Myron Gaines end, so I know exactly how this works. I did this with Southern Israelite. I copyright strike 7 of his videos. YouTube denied 2 of them and upheld 5. Subsequently, Southern Israelite lost his channel. So here's how this works. How can I put this? The YouTube copyright complaint process is all about making good faith claims based upon a reasonable belief, and not simply harassing YouTubers, right? Like when a complaint is submitted, if after a first review, if YouTube's team does not agree that a copyright infringement has occurred, they respond informing you of such. And I've gotten plenty of these emails. They'll say if you don't respond to this email within 7 days, or don't respond with any substantive information, your YouTube account may be terminated, right? You may be able to avoid termination if you retract your takedown request. If you wish to do so, please reply to this email with, "I hereby retract my claim of copyright infringement." I've gotten 8 of these emails. 7 of them was because of Southern Israelite. 1 of them was because of Guste. And if you guys remember, I told Guste, hey, listen, just ask me to retract the copyright strike, and I would do it. She requested it through my assistant, Heather, and so I retracted it, just like I said I would. Ended up having her on the program, had a decent chat. Now, YouTube includes this information in this email to discourage people from using the complaint process to harass YouTubers who post perfectly legal, legitimate videos that users do not like. So again, having been through this process several times, I'm fairly certain that Myron's legal team likely responded within the 7 days, outlining the additional arguments and reasons as to why the videos should have been removed. Now, at that point, YouTube likely responded asking for more detailed information, timestamps, etc., etc. This is exactly what they sent to me and my attorneys. My guess is that Myron's law firm probably provided that additional information. So, according to TLA's documentation, it appears that YouTube, just based on what he showed us, denied most of these copyright claims. TLA was obviously one of those claims. I don't know how many. I forget. Maybe it was one or two. I don't remember. But TLA was obviously one of those claims that was denied. And based on what Abba said in the video I'm about to break down, upheld the claims on, I think, Jabari Speaks, Spencer Cornelia, and then there was one, Playback, right? So if we take a look, if we take a look at the IG story here on Myron's, this is Myron's Instagram. Right? So if we take a look here at the story on Myron's Instagram, I actually posted this earlier. YouTube is not deleting their channel in 7 days. You can see the conversation right there on the screen. And so based on this, it appears that Myron's attorneys made the complaints in good faith and followed the protocol for making their argument in compliance with YouTube's policies and law. This is the normal process. And again, I know this because I've done this several times. This is how it always goes. So the fact that Myron's channel isn't going to be deleted says to me that his law firm probably successfully retracted the claims that YouTube denied, just like I had to do with twice with Southern Israelite, and then of course once with Goose Day. My channel is here. My channel is still here, obviously. Pardon me. So what TLA did here was he took a lot of things out of context. He took everything out of context and he dramatized it, making everyone think that Myron was going to lose his channel unless he tearfully apologizes and retracts the copyright claims. Myron clearly did not, right? It appears his lawyers did for him, and that's why his channel isn't going anywhere. Now, look, I'll give credit where credit's due here. What TLA did was brilliant. It was brilliant. He took correspondence out of context, and I wish I could do what he does, because I'm going to tell you what, he is really good. Like, he almost had me convinced, but he took this correspondence out of context, and he packaged it the way he knew his audience would respond best. Okay? TLA didn't beat any claim. Okay? He didn't do anything that any other content creator couldn't do. He got notification of the strike and had to sit back and hope that YouTube disagreed with Myron's claim. Sure, they gave him a chance to respond, but he didn't do or respond in any way nobody else could have, right? Him being an attorney didn't matter. And if he did respond in a lawyerly way that swayed their opinion, I'm sure he would have shown that on screen. But he didn't. All he did was wait for YouTube's decision. Fortunately for him, YouTube disagreed with Myron and his channel survived. YouTube didn't reach out. Here's what didn't happen. YouTube didn't reach out to him and say, oh, this guy's an attorney, so he must know what he's doing. Yeah, TLA, you're good to go. No, that's not what happened. That's what Lead told you happened, to dramatize it and make it look like he put on his lawyer hat to beat this claim. No, YouTube looked at his channel the very same way they look at everyone's channel. Doesn't matter. Listen, if you're in violation of copyright laws, doesn't matter if you're a lawyer or a sewage worker. They're going to look at it all the same. They decided that he was not in violation of copyright infringement, and so they denied Fresh and Fit's claim. It's as simple as that. Now, due respect to TLA, him being an attorney had nothing to do with YouTube's decision. YouTube's decision was based solely on the fact that he wasn't in violation of copyright infringement. Nothing more. So, of course, his audience ate it up and did exactly what was expected. All kinds of grandiose comments. Fresh and Fit are done. They shouldn't have fucked with TLA. Their channel is gone, blah, 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 and so on and so forth. Gentlemen, this is what happens when your audience wants drama, which is indicative of Black YouTube. Black YouTube does not appear to be interested in self-improvement. Black YouTube is not interested in cryptocurrency or investing or physical fitness or building a business. No, they're interested in drama. And if you don't believe me, go look at any of their channels. If they have a guest on to talk about, I don't know, money management or nutrition or how to lead a relationship, it's crickets. But when they post a live stream or a video talking about celebrity gossip or the drama between this creator and that creator. It's standing room only. Dude, honestly, it was funny, man. TLA couldn't slow down the chat fast enough. It was incredible. It was incredible. It was incredible. Great performance, man. The black community seems more interested in gossip and tea than they are about dominating life. Now, is this a bad thing? Well, not for creators on black YouTube. Listen, man, they're making money hand over fist, trading in drama and gossip, and good for them. Good for them. They know what their audience wants, and they give it to them. And guys, listen, man, I'm not going to sit here and say that I never go over there and take a peek and take a peek every now and again, right? Every once in a while, I'll go lurking around there on a burner account, see what's going on. So if you're looking for drama, you know where to find it. That's on black YouTube. If you're looking for self-improvement, subscribe to my channel or subscribe to Fresh and Fit. So so shout out to TLA for parlaying this into another, 8,000 subscribers. And dude, probably close to $8,000 in super chats. But the Fresh and Fit channel was never in danger of being deleted. Not even close. Okay. TLA just told his audience that because he knew that's what they wanted to hear. That's the content creation game, guys. And to his credit, he seems to have figured that out rather quickly. Let me quickly go to these super chats. Shout out to my guys on the Sharpe stream side. Shout out to my snipers in the house. We've got Geeky Anomaly, Dre Raven, Hellfong, King Life, Lair Signal 94, and of course, the lovely and talented Devin. Appreciate that. I don't know why Geeky Anomaly can't chat on the YouTube side, but how about that? Good stuff. Good stuff. Geek Anomaly says he's always got that smug look on his face that clearly never has been punched. Why else would he act like he does? Guess he's talking about ABBA. Geek Anomaly says calling someone a fraud does not fall under copyright infringement. It comes under slander. Slander is tackled in court. Yeah. So shout out to my snipers over on the Sharpe stream side, you guys. The Sharpe stream chat is undefeated, man. The kind of gifts they put up over there are incredible. Incredible. Shout out to my guys, my sharpshooters over on the YouTube side. John Diaz says, I've been waiting for this one, for Donovan to weigh in his thoughts. Ricky Webster, Riley's in the house. Or Ricky Webster and Riley's in the house. Dre Raven, looks like you are double dipping as usual. Good to see you in here. Says, happy Saturday, gents. Mo Mrizzle is in the house. Says, it's funny how everyone is running with this 7-day BS. Yeah, like... and listen, all credit goes to Black YouTube. Man, like, they're going to have their countdowns, and they're going to get... dude, they're going to parlay this drama into thousands of dollars. Hey, man, listen, man... The black community they seem to be very susceptible to gossip and drama. Shit, milk the cow. King Life says Black as Fear have always been crabs in a barrel. Yeah, yep. Jordan Price on the YouTube side says it's a shame people will go this far to hate on someone and go to these lengths. I agree. Yerson says, Don, to me, you're more than a content creator. Is a friend that I've never had. About this situation, I will say this success will bring a lot of haters. It doesn't matter what you make, they will always attack. Yeah, I agree. Dude, I could have come on here and completely trashed Fresh and Fit. That would not have changed Black YouTube's opinion of me. Dude, I've known this for a long time. It is what it is. Riley says, I'm not going anywhere, Don. I appreciate that. Chris Brown, Briss Breezy, says, don't need Black Manosphere anyway. They're there for a reason. They serve a purpose. Fresh Fit 820 with the $100 super chat says, never leaving Dawn. On behalf of the Manosphere community, we are here to support. I appreciate that very much, man. I really, really do. I really, really do. Appreciate that very, very much. Lair Signal 94 says TLA stream was clickbait AF. Hey, look, yeah, it was. I'm not hating. Like, dude, what do you have? Like, he had like 16,000 people in there watching. I think that live stream is up to 200,000 views. Hey, man, listen, I am not hating the hustle. I'm not hating that at all. Daddy Dame $5 says, I think TLA mentioned that Fresh and Fit probably didn't know what his lawyer's paralegal is up to. TLA gave a brilliant performance. I will tell you that much. He made everyone look like, buffoons, and all. It'll all come out in the wash. It will all come out in the wash. Black Wolf Inc. with the $5 super chat says, the questions I would have asked TLA was, where were you given notification of the response, and what day are we on of day 7 of the notification? Yeah, that was kind of strange to me. That's what really kind of raised my, not really suspicions, but I wasn't aware that YouTube would alert, would give someone a 7-day notice and not tell them, but notify other content creators, right? Like, I mean, if YouTube is giving you a 7-day notice, they let you know what that is. They don't tell everybody else. Also, I don't know how he was able to get the email, the correspondence between YouTube and Myron's law firm. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. I'm not being facetious here, but I thought that was privileged information. I didn't know that that's what, I don't know. Who knows? Maybe he got it legally, but it was all kind of shady to me. I'm not saying that it wasn't legit. You guys can make of that what you will. I don't know why YouTube would include him, of all people, on an email string that was between YouTube and a law firm. So, Ramon A. Bravo, $2, says TLA plays the same game the old media plays. Yes, he does. And he plays the game very, very well. He plays the game very, very well. Ricky Webster, $5, says, one love and French toast props. Do appreciate that. River Bacon, $10, says, thanks for another stream. I had a feeling Fresh and Fit were going to be fine. By the way, they were acting on stream. They're too smart to let their channel implode. Exactly. Janet L'Italian, 25 Hong Kong dollars. Haven't seen you in a while. Says, another red pill community moment that makes me want to say, kids, don't make me turn the car around, right? Over 800 people watching, actually 960 people watching. Guys, if you would, please, let's get me to 500 likes. Because I know this video is going to get a lot of thumbs down. I'm going to have a lot of people from Nigatube coming over here, calling me all kinds of names, and your girlfriend is old, and she's fat and old, and you're this and that and the other. So yeah, do me a favor. Let's try to offset the hate a little bit, and hopefully this doesn't sink my channel. So Abba put out a public service announcement. Is this the right one? Yes. So Abba put out a public service announcement a few days ago, and let's call it what it is. Let's just call this what it is. This was a thinly veiled threat and a call to arms for people to report the Fresh and Fit channel for what he characterizes as abuse of the copyright policy. Now, before we get into this video, let's go ahead and set the table here and point out a couple of quick bullet points so that you guys can understand where I'm coming from here. Number one, Abba's being very dishonest about something here. Let me explain. For this guy to come out and say that he doesn't want Fresh and Fit taken off of YouTube, but then in the same breath telling people to make YouTube aware of their violation, that's ridiculous, man. Abba, here's a question for you. To what end? What do you hope to accomplish by telling people to report Myron and Fresh to YouTube for this abuse of their copyright policy? To make YouTube aware of the treachery on its platform for just no reason, right? To look out for the little guy as as if you give a shit about these smaller channels you're pretending to stick up for? Let's not beat around the bush here, guys. This guy just told his audience of over 1.5 million people to make YouTube aware of what Fresh and Fit are doing to damage their platform. He made the announcement to try to get rid of them, period. Last summer, they set an obvious trap for Myron and Fresh, which was fucking brilliant. Listen, let's just call it what it is. It was fucking brilliant. If I'm being honest, listen, they fell for it and lost over, I think it was over 40,000 subscribers. Mission accomplished. But now that they've come back and cracked 500,000 sub, Abba does this ridiculous PSA under the guise of being concerned about the little guy. It just seems that every time Myron and Fresh go viral, these guys come out with some sort of video about them. My main problem with Abba is that he's a serial virtue signaler, right? He virtue signals like a woman, which means all the time. He comes off as this condescending moralist who preaches morality and ethics and integrity, as if to imply that if you don't share the same morals and values as he does, then you are a reprehensible human being. The way he talks, you would think that he'd never sinned in his life. Now, listen, he can think whatever he wants and he can do whatever he wants. But bringing the moral cathedral to this industry, it's silly. He isn't Jesus Christ, man. We all have skeletons in our closet. Well, shit, I don't have any more skeletons in my closet. They're all out there. But we all have skeletons in our closet, and we've all done some foul shit in our lives. But when it comes to relationships, business, and business relationships, Abba appears to be on the cusp of being canonized the way he talks. And if you don't believe me, just ask him. He's clearly living in a bulletproof house because all this dude does is cast stones at everyone he deems to be beneath him morally. All hail to Saint Abba. Number 2, for those of you who are thinking that I'm doing this for views or subscribers, let me show you something. Oh, wait a minute, that's not it. There it is. Okay. You guys see that? November 24th was when I did my It's Time for Abba and Preach to STFU about Fresh and Fit. I lost over 100 subs that day. It looks like 108 to be exact. I lost subscribers. And I think the video's only got like 52% likes. As you can clearly see, being critical of Abba and Preach, just given the size of their audience, doesn't benefit me at all. So for all of you guys accusing me of clout chasing, listen, I wish it worked that way. I really wish it did, because, dude, I'd have cracked 130 subs by now. But if you go back and look at Abba and Preach's video feed, you can see they did, I don't know, well over a dozen, maybe a dozen to 18 videos about Fresh and Fit attacking their character, calling them names, and all the rest of that. And guess what? What they did this summer was the right thing to do. It was the right thing to do. Myron's not going to want to hear that, but it was the right thing to do. Look, man, when something is trending, especially when you're the cause of that something, it would behoove you to strike when the iron is hot. And strike they did. They correctly executed this plan of action and gained a bunch of followers while Fresh and Fit lost a bunch. Nothing wrong with that. That's the YouTube game. So there's nothing wrong with Abba and Preach talking about trending topics for views and subscribers. But it's a crime for me to do the same? Oh, no, wait a minute. That's right, I forgot. I actually lost subscribers after I did my video. 108 to be exact. There it is, guys, right there on the screen for you. There we go. Turn up the AC a little bit. Right there on the screen for you. Since I did that video, guys, I have lost a total of 457 subscribers during that video. Don't feel sorry for me. Hopefully I'll make a comeback. Which, by the way, again, that video has 52% likes. But here I am again, giving a strong opinion on Abba and Preach, and I know I'm going to get blasted for it. I know this is not going to be a net positive for me, at least in the short term. Do I care? Of course I do. Listen, guys, I don't want to lose subscribers. I'm not going to sit here and print, I don't care. I don't want to lose subscribers. I don't want to hurt my bottom line. But fortunately for me, I've been very, very smart with my money. And if someone were to snap their fingers and make Donovan all my content disappear on the internet, we'd be just fine. Listen, Devin and I can live the lifestyle that we've been accustomed to living to for a very long time. I'd have plenty of money in the bank. I'd still have the CME. We'd be cool. No, now I don't have fuck you money, at least not yet. I hope to in a few years. But I have enough at this point to do what appears to be unpopular and, dare I say, detrimental to my brand in the short term. Like I said earlier, I'm taking a calculated risk here, okay? I'm not going out of my way to appease a community that doesn't rock with me. But that doesn't mean that I'm not at risk of sustaining some sort of temporary loss here. And guess what? If I didn't have the means that I had, I would not be doing this. I'm just going to keep it real with you guys. Listen, I love Myron. He's one of my best friends. We go way back. But if I didn't have the financial means that I have today, I'd be a lot more cautious about how I approach this. And Myron would understand completely. How do I know this? Well, because that's exactly what happened this past summer. I wasn't quite in the position to sustain the kind of loss that I'm prepared to deal with today. What with the CME and the whole Anthony Johnson thing, a lot of things were in limbo. I was close, but I wasn't quite there. And that's one of the reasons I remained silent when all of that went down. In retrospect, I should have spoken up like I wanted to, like I said in that first video that I did on Abba and Preach. I regret having stayed on the sideline while two of my best friends were getting eviscerated all summer long. I will not make that mistake again. Oh, that's good. Pardon me. Sugar-free Waterloo strawberry soda with a splash of Mio Energy. Good combination. Now, when I apologized to Myron, he said, dude, you have nothing to apologize for. I completely understand. But me, I wasn't okay with it. I wasn't all right with it, right? Like I said before, guys, none of us are perfect, man. As content creators, man, we're as flawed as all you guys. We've got our frailties. We've got our idiosyncrasies. We've got our faults. The difference is ours play out in public to a degree, which, of course, listen, man, it comes with its share of bullshit. It is what it is. That's part of the gig. Nobody's asking you to feel sorry for us. But being a man means owning your mistakes and making a commitment not to make those same mistakes again. And that's exactly what I'm doing now. Now, some of you are probably asking, yeah, but you deleted that first video, Donovan. If you were so ride or die for your friends, why didn't you leave it up? Because I don't trust Abba and Preach. That's why. I don't trust them. Just because they say they don't hit people with copyright strikes, it doesn't mean they won't. Those guys do not like me. They don't like your boy. They say they're not petty, but there's precious little evidence of such in their behavior these past few months. And I would not put it past them to hit me with a copyright strike and use what I'm going to talk about in this video later on to defend it. Well, you're just using what Donovan said against him. He lives by the sword, he dies by the sword. I get those vibes from these guys. So I'm going to cover my ass and make sure that I won't make sure I don't walk directly into this trap. I don't know, maybe I'll have my video guy, cut out the parts where their video is playing and maybe repost it later. But for now, I don't trust dudes who move like they do. And again, they sat in Myron's apartment, or Abba sat in Myron's apartment and played all nice, then turned around months later and trashed them under the guise of critique, then proceeded to trash them for damn near a month. I don't expect them to treat me any better. I really don't. Number three. Yes, I am defending Myron and Fresh because they are two of my best friends, and there's nothing wrong with that. Lead, I respect the hell out of you. I really do. But I strongly and vehemently disagree with this comparison of something that would happen in a court of law. Yes, I realize that the courtroom is his area of expertise. But for him to characterize my defense of Fresh and Fit as somehow wrong or short-sighted or ignorant, that's short-sighted, especially for a guy as intelligent as he is. Because I can guarantee you this, and this is when it starts to get real, I can guarantee you this. If there are a bunch of 6- and 7-figure sub-count channels calling a friend of his a rapist, even though his friend did not e-par anybody, hadn't been arrested, charged, or convicted of the crime, he'd speak out too. And that is the very reason I am doing this live stream today. All of this centers around the R word everyone is throwing around about Myron, despite zero evidence, no arrest, no charges, no conviction. That is my sticking point. Yes, Myron and Fresh mishandled this situation in many, many ways. Right? No, I do not agree. And just to make this clear, I do not agree with them with all of these copyright strikes. And I told Myron as much on the phone yesterday. Dude, we talked on the phone for a solid hour and change about this entire situation. I told him, look, man, I would not have done what you did. We went back and forth. We exchanged arguments. Things got heated. Voices were raised. And listen, man, that's not the first heated conversation we've ever had. It won't be the last. Conversations like this are absolutely necessary between friends, guys. And in the end, we both acknowledge that we differ about his mass copyright strike strategy. And you want to know what? We're still friends. Funny how that works, right? You have a disagreement with something a friend of yours does or says. You give them a call, you talk it out, you yell at each other, you talk some more, and that's the end of it. That's how these things are handled, gentlemen. Just because I don't agree with what he did on some level does not mean I'm going to stop being friends with the guy. I'm not about to throw away 3 years of friendship over something like this. However, as much as I disagree with that strategy, I am 5,817% on board with taking down videos that call Myron a rapist. For all of these men-centric channels to be doing videos on Myron, calling him a snuggle struggler. I don't want to set off the YouTube algorithms. Despite the fact, again, that he has not, but despite the fact that he, number one, didn't do it, hasn't been arrested, charged, nor is there a case adjudicated for this unspeakable crime, is pathetic. And anyone who called him the R word in a video deserves to get their video taken down. And get this. We're not the only group of men who are anti-believe all women. We're not the only community who knows and understands that false e-par spelled backwards accusations are rampant, prevalent, and can ruin the lives of men. We all are. Most men in this part of the world are well aware that levying an accusation of that magnitude without any proof is irresponsible and dangerous. This community more than most. But because you don't like Fresh and Fit, now all of a sudden we're going to abandon our principles and pretend to believe a woman with zero proof that she has D-par spelled backwards by Myron Gaines? And yeah, that includes Saint Abba himself.
I spent my day socializing with somebody who's like a rapist.
Let's play that again in case you didn't see or hear that properly.
My day socializing with somebody who's like a rapist.
Shout out to Adam22 of No Jumper for giving me permission to use that clip. That's right, guys. Mr. Truth, Morals, and Integrity just called a man who hasn't been arrested, charged, or convicted the R word. No evidence, no arrest, no charges filed, no conviction, based on the word of a woman, and all of a sudden Judge Abba slaps that label on Myron Gaines. This is why you cannot trust men like this. Why would we expect anything else from a guy who visited another man's home, then months later critique him, then proceed to call him the R word based only on the word of a woman?
I spent my day socializing with somebody who's like a rapist.
And let me be clear. I want to be perfectly clear here. This is all I'm talking about, is the R word. That's all I'm talking about. All of the other missteps, like, call and preach his wife names, all that other misconduct that people criticized him on, 100% justified. 100% justified. I told Myron, look, man, I know you're pissed, but you can't do and say the things you did and expect people to not come after you. He agreed. Listen, he knows he fucked up. People made videos about those things, as they should have. Fresh and Fit took their medicine on that stuff, and they both understand where they went wrong and acknowledged as much. Never mix business with pleasure, never talk shit about another man's woman, and wrap your cock when running up in these hoes. Hashtag Miss Cheeks. Right? Myron clearly understands his missteps and has course corrected, as a man should. But I'm not talking about that stuff. Oh, no. I'm talking about I'm not talking about the mistakes he made. I'm not talking about the justified criticism of said mistakes. Again, I would not have copyright struck those videos, but calling a man an e-parist spelled backwards, despite, again, the lack of evidence, an arrest, charges filed, and a guilty verdict, is something women do. At least that's what I thought. Which brings us full circle to Abba's public service announcement. So the title of this video is, let me look here. It is Fresh and Fit are trying to delete YouTube channels via copyright censorship. Copyright censorship. The title of the video, the title already tells you that this is clearly an agenda. This is clearly agenda driven, which I talked about a little earlier. The word copyright censorship is an oxymoron in and of itself. If someone is in violation of copyright law or policies, it's not censorship to have it rightfully struck down and or deleted. But let's not get into that quite yet. Let's get into this video from Saint Abba. And no, I'm not going to play the video. I'm simply going to read the transcript because, again, it wouldn't surprise me if this knucklehead copyright struck me. He starts, if you guys weren't aware, a bunch of small channels have been contacting me to let me know that Fresh and Fit have been striking their channel, trying to get their channels deleted. When I heard about this, I was a little surprised because if you aren't aware how the copyright system works, if you get 3 strikes, your channel can be terminated, meaning you're permanently off and can no longer make videos ever again. For a lot of people, that's their livelihood. So when you use a copyright system and you do 3 strikes, you are trying to get them deleted. Let me stop right here. And explain why YouTube's copyright policy exists, just to give you a little backstory. YouTube wants to have a variety of original, interesting content. As such, they want to de-incentivize piggybacking off of other channels, right? Now, obviously, reaction channels similar to mine use other people's content to react to, right? But there's a big difference between channels like mine, Abba Preaches, Mediocre Tutorials and Review, and channels that simply use someone else's content. Okay, guys like us, we add our own original thoughts and commentary. People like that stuff. This is why Abba and Preach have the following they have. It's why MTR has the following he has. That's why I have the following I have. I wish I had their following, but one can only dream, right? But when channels simply download your content and then throw it up on their channels without adding their own original thoughts and commentary and just letting the video play, this is where YouTube's copyright policy comes into play. My assistant Heather tells me all the time that a lot of people complain about the fact that I stop and interrupt videos that I break down too much. Well, part of the reason I do this is to steer clear of a copyright violation. It's one thing to add original commentary and thoughts to other people's videos that you're reacting to, but it is quite another to just let the video play and then, break it every 3 minutes with a 5-word sentence and call it reacting. Now, most reaction channels aren't really reaction channels at all. They'll find a video like the Kevin Samuels Average at Best video. They'll throw it up in their channel and call it a reaction. But when you actually watch the video, 98% of the video is just Kevin's video. They'll add a little dialogue here and there, but by and large, they're simply using someone else's content to make money. That, in large part, is why YouTube has their copyright policy. Abba's issue should only be with YouTube. Fresh and Fit are simply using the tools at their disposal. Just because you don't like the way they're using the tool doesn't mean they're at fault. And again, just to make this clear, I am referring only to the videos that called Myron the R word, not the videos taken down with justified criticism. Let me repeat that. I am referring only to the videos that called Myron the N word, not the videos taken down with justified criticism. Abba and Preach, they're always bitching and moaning about how, to men about how we're responsible for the deplorable state of women. Men need to step up. If we didn't allow this behavior, women wouldn't be so bad. If you want women to stop behaving so poorly, then stop rewarding them for behaving poorly. And guess what? On some level, I agree with that. I really do. So by that same logic, Abba's blaming Fresh and Fit for YouTube's policy. If he had a problem with this, he could have discussed this and taken this up with YouTube a long time ago without bringing up Fresh and Fit. But the fact that he did clearly shows that this is a vendetta. Listen, man, Abba's malevolence for Fresh and Fit is obvious. Because if he really had a problem with this, he'd have taken this up with YouTube. But because it's Fresh and Fit, now all of a sudden he wants to bring attention to this epidemic of abuse of the copyright policy. So a man is just supposed to sit there and grin and bear it while dozens of channels call him.
I spent my day socializing with somebody who's like a rapist.
He's just supposed to sit there and allow him to do that? Get out of here with that. Abba appears calm and measured in this video, but it is plainly obvious that his malevolence is what's driving him. This is a personal vendetta for him, and he is hiding behind YouTube's policy as an excuse. Plus, and this is a big plus, he's pretending to give a shit about the livelihoods of people he doesn't know. He doesn't care about the livelihood of strangers. Nobody does. That includes Saint Abba here. Listen, man, everyone knows about Abba and Preach's disdain for Fresh and Fit. But here he is, insulting everyone's intelligence by pretending that this is about YouTube's copyright policy and that he actually cares about the livelihoods of people he doesn't know and has never met. Now, obviously, there are bigger content creators he's cool with who got swept up in that. And if I were him, I definitely care about the guys that I've worked with and are close to. So I don't fault him for that. But for him to expect us to believe that he gives a shit about the smaller content creators, that outside of a shared hatred for Fresh and Fit, he has nothing in common with, is ridiculous. Guys, I'm here to tell you, human beings, we are inherently selfish creatures, even with the people that we love and care about. But for him to sit here and expect us to believe that he genuinely cares about the livelihoods of a bunch of strangers is ridiculous. And he knows it. He knows it. All right. Wow, Super Chat's coming in hot and heavy. Appreciate that. Wow, holy smokes, man. Appreciate that. River Bacon, $5 says, I had to throw you another $5 because I can send you money but can't seem to remember the like. Yes, hit the like button, people, please. Rita, member for $10, says, AP jealous of Fresh and Fit. I don't know what there is to be jealous of. Right? It is, I'll tell you what, man, I don't think I've ever seen this. I don't think I've ever seen anything like this. Fresh and Fit, hate normally comes from beneath, right? The majority of your hate usually comes from smaller content creators. Fresh and Fit, they just cracked 500,000 subscribers. They have more 6- and 7-figure sub count content creators coming after them than anybody. They never talk about these guys. Like, all they do is try to help men and have a little bit of fun in the process. And guys are, I don't know. I don't understand. I don't get it. Maybe you guys have hypotheses. I don't know. Eben Zuer, member for 11 months, says, Fresh and Fit and Donovan Sharpe have contributed a lot to men's improvement. I appreciate that. Black Wolf Inc., $5, says, the capathon we are seeing right now. Oh, I don't have the sound effect. Wait a minute. Hold on. Hang on a second. Hold up. Hold up. Damn, I wasn't ready. Here we go. The capathon we're seeing right now is over 9,000. I truly wish people didn't assume a stance they haven't verified is true, but that's politics at its best. This is what shows you that this is agenda driven. Listen.
My day socializing with somebody who's like a rapist.
No arrest, no charges, no conviction. Lair Signal 94 says their entire channel is gossiping while Fresh and Fit has brought guests on that bring value. Look, Ab and Preach have 1.5 million subscribers. They're good at what they do. If that's what they, listen, man, if that's what they do is gossip and that gets them subscribers, hey, you got to do what your audience wants. So I'm not hating on the hustle. I don't hate on O'Shea's hustle. I don't hate on TLA's. I don't hate on none of their hustles, man. I ain't on none of those dudes, man. Do what your audience wants. ZE with the $10 super chat says, an attorney in ATL has no soul. At a point, Fresh and Fit had to clap back, fight fire with fire, screw the so-called black community and their black manosphere and their daily drama. Yeah, it's like it's almost like it's like they kept taking shots at them, but then they had the audacity to defend themselves. Wait, you expect Myron to leave up a bunch of videos that call him a
Rapist.
Like, come on. Black Wolf Inc. says if you lost subs, then they were ninja watchers. Yeah, I would agree. NE Levinge, pin 978, says he made the announcement to get them shut down because if true, Fresh and Fit were trying to shut people down in a very, quote, beta way. To say that bringing up morals is silly is crazy since you care about high classless as I don't speak you're gonna have to type stuff out. Yes, Kevin Ray Wilder was on the TLA show last night. Of course. Very good. NE11, I can't pronounce that. Fresh and Fit are a terrible representation of their own ideology and the space as a whole. So this whole situation is healthy. A lot of people have been disapproving with the way they went about it. Was a fan once. Clearly, you're still a fan. You're watching my channel, aren't you? Like, genuinely, I appreciate the $20 super chat. And listen, if you don't like Fresh and Fit, then don't watch. You know? I mean, look, man, you gotta understand, man, like, not every channel is for everybody. If you used to be a fan, but you're not anymore, hey, listen, man, I'm sure that they appreciate your support. It's guys like you are the reason why they are where they are. So, you know, like, I mean, you can bag on them all you want to, but you saw value in their content at one point or another. If you've outgrown that content, it's time to move on. Another one. Oh boy, here we go. I'll just call you New England, says, but you trust FNF who actually stroke heads. That's crazy. You say Ab and Preach are pretty shady, so aren't Fresh and Fit for doing the same? Come on, D, you smarter than this. I need you to speak English, bud. I need you to speak English. Boy, I tell you what, man, you must have a lot of expendable income to be paying me all this money to troll. You didn't have to send me a $2. Come on. Legend of Salmonia is in the house. Appreciate that. Says Darius M should join Fresh and Fit. Abba and Preach was stealing his stuff and closing him. Abba and Preach always got harder after Fresh, not Myron. It is what it is, man. I mean, listen, you guys can hate on Fresh and Fit all you want to. They're not going anywhere. Like, you can say, well, they're a beta. Maybe they are. They add value to people's lives. That's why they are where they are. Shout out to Torsha. Welcome to Chat Privileges. Appreciate that. Torsha is my co-host on Torsha Tuesdays. Appreciate that. And stop the simping. No simping, guys. Devin says, hashtag believe all Fresh and Fit haters. Appreciate that. Very, very much. Yeah, Black Wolf Inc. says, Adam22 instantly viewed him as a snake after that. You could see it on his face, and Abba knew it. Yeah. Venus Girl, $2, says, Fresh and Fit's problem are self-inflicted from doing beta stuff. I would agree. Nobody's perfect, man. Yeah, did they do beta stuff? Yes, they did beta stuff, but they course corrected, and now they have cracked 500,000 subscribers. Everything you guys are saying, I mean, listen, if those are your opinions, those are your opinions. I mean, what do you want me to say? What do you want me to say? I agree with you. That doesn't mean I'm going to stop riding with him. Shit, I mean, dude, people call me a beta all the time. I don't know, they might be right. But he did not EPAR anybody. A lot of apples and peaches. Not sure about that. Oh, wow, the super chats. Boy, you guys are really generous. Holy God. Okay, time to bring this up. Here we go. Technomage B5 with the $2 super chat says, you can deal in truth or you can deal in what's popular. Sadly, this is because the majority prefer the comfortable lie. Being ostracized and not welcome in certain communities isn't limited to the black community. I agree. Wow, Technomage B5 with the $100 super chat. I appreciate that very much. Technomage B5 says, Donovan Sharpe, you shoot straight. It's why I'm here. It's why many of us are here. This doesn't damage your brand. Oh, I guess Apple and Preach is a play on Abba and Preach. Okay. I was like, apples and peaches. Like, what the hell? Like, is it apples and whatever? I like apples and peaches, so sorry about that. Says, Donovan, you shoot straight. It's why I'm here. It's why many of us are here. This doesn't damage your brand. It reinforces it. It takes guts and metal to shoot straight and stand on it despite popular blowback. That's why it's rare, but also why it's sought out. Salute. I appreciate that, man. I mean, you know, I try to be as, I mean, obviously there are certain things I try to keep private, but dude, it's just, it is what it is, man. You know. Yeah, Street Fighter 88 says Fresh and Fit pull in more super chats than any other creator. Yeah, they are the #1 super chatted channel in America. Q Time, $20 says jealousy is a female's trait. Some content creators need to man up. Honestly, I would advise Abba. Listen, I'm not fans of Abba and Preach, but clearly all these hit pieces they do on Fresh and Fit is clearly profitable. Smoke them if you got them. I mean, keep it going. Keep it going. God, you guys are very, very generous. One of none, $10, says, of course this is jealousy. Men's primary reason to attack other men is for the access to the peace sleeve and the only reason why men virtue signal. Uh-oh. Real Bravado Network, welcome to chat privileges. Andre Peterson, welcome to chat privileges. At Real Bravado Network and Andre Peterson to welcome them to the TSR family. Appreciate that very much. Wow, look at this. Man, you guys are very generous today. I did not expect this. I really didn't. Tommy Jones, welcome to chat privileges. At Tommy Jones to welcome him to the TSR family. If you would, Tommy Jones, Andre Patterson, Real Bravado Network, age and location in the chat. Age and location to the chat. Real Bravado Network with a $5 super chat says, you are a part of the productive black community. Let the victim squad do what they do best. Wait for producers to produce. Yeah, that's true. Like, if all you do is talk about people, you know. Red One with a $10 super chat says, always watching, paying my dues, hoping this thing is just another speed bump, but staying loyal wherever they land or go. I agree. IA Twins says, everyone keeps saying 7 days and they're done. What happens when they're still making videos next week? What will they say? I don't know. King Life, $5 says, Fresh and Fit is #1 in the USA of 2021 in Super Chats. It's official. Yes, they have been Super Chatted more than any other channel in America this year. Daniel L, $2 says, respect to you for sticking up for your friends. Appreciate that. Black Vegeta, welcome to chat privileges. Black Vegeta. Wow, I like that. Appreciate that. Riley upgraded your membership to live stream replays in chat. Appreciate that. Metallic 47, $10 says they attack them because these people of the male species are cowards and are hypnotized by the peace sleeve. Yeah, that's part of the reason. Legend of Salmonia, $2 super chat says, hey brother, I meant ANP. We're clowning him. Darius M. Okay, gotcha. Oh, you guys can't hear the soundboard? Damn. Sorry about that, y'all. Oh, you know what? I got to do? Hang on. I know what it is. There we go. All right, here we go. There we are. Sorry about that, guys. I'm going to get through these super chats and then I'll continue. Metallic 47, welcome to chat privileges. Black Wolf Inc., $5 says, fan for life. Call me Stan all you want and I will wear it as a t-shirt. In fact, Don, tell ACP to make Fresh and Fit Stan's 7-day-a-week shirt merch. Yes. Cameron Shabazz, $5 says, paying tithes, your body language breakdowns are gold. Appreciate that very much. Ease and Chill, $2 says, your drops aren't working right now, Donovan, but that's all right. I got you. Yep. Can you guys hear this now? How about that?
Nope. Yep. Nope.
right. Good stuff. This is my favorite right here. Okay, let's get back to the video breakdown. So Abba continues his public service announcement. He says, on YouTube, you have a little portion where it says copyright in your studio. So you can see what percentage of your video people are using. And we've had hundreds of people use our content for their videos. Generally, we allow all of it. Folks react, focus, transform commentary. It's part of how things work. Somebody already took this to court and won, so fair use is pretty well known on YouTube. Let's go back to when he said, generally, we allow it. That statement right there lets us know that they do not allow everyone to use their content. And guess what? They are well within their right to decide who can use their content and who cannot. Their content is their property. As such, if someone uses their content without their permission, they are well within their rights to use the copyright policy to get said content taken down. But Abba wants us to think that they let everyone use their content. And the reason why he wants everyone to think that is to point out that Fresh and Fit clearly do not. We let everyone use our content and we don't have a problem with it, so Fresh and Fit shouldn't have a problem with it either. Okay, fair enough. I would agree with that. But what about the videos calling Myron a rapist? Huh? Is he supposed to let people use their content and then call him a rapist? This is more virtue signaling, gentlemen. You see, Saint Abba wants us to revere him for not exercising his copyrights for the intent of shaming Myron and Fresh for not doing what he does. But guess what, Your Grace? Most, and I mean most, big content creators regularly exercise their copyright rights. DJ Academics, Adam22 from No Jumper, Timcast IRL, all of them regularly exercise their rights to their content property. If it doesn't fall under fair use, they have every right to strike down any video that violates their copyright. But Donovan, there were videos protected under fair use that Myron struck down anyway. I don't doubt that. I do not doubt that. And like I said before, I disagree with striking down videos that are protected under fair use that are critical of certain behaviors and actions. There's no need to do that. And again, I told Myron as much. But fair use or not, calling an innocent man a rapist is out of bounds. I would have struck those videos down too. And you guys would have too. So don't sit there and try to rationalize calling a man the R word to justify your hatred of Fresh and Fit. And if your argument to this is, well, I think he did it, my rebuttal to you is based on what exactly? With the word of a woman? So, all women are liars and make false accusations and are always capping, but now you're prepared to just take her word for it simply because you don't like Fresh and Fit? That's crazy, guys. That is crazy. Listen, it is very, very difficult to create great content that people actually want to watch on a regular basis. Abba, you and Preach know this as well as anyone. Making good content is hard. It takes laser focus, takes hard work, good equipment, a lot of money, and a shitload of time. For this reason, YouTube's copyright policy is in place to protect you, the content creator. And here's the thing, Abba. I agree with you in terms of people reacting to videos, so long as they're adding a significant amount of originality. You and Preach happen to do a very good job of this to the tune of 1.5 million subscribers. But make no mistake, any content creator is well within their right to strike your content if you do not have their permission to use it. This is what YouTube has put in place. If you want to use someone's content, simply ask them. Listen, man, you guys know Kevin Samuels has been a good friend of mine for a while. But when he blew up, I still extended him the courtesy of getting his permission to use his content. Same with Myron Gaines. Just because I'm friends with these guys doesn't mean I'm entitled to use their content. So if I, as a good friend to the both of them for years and years, sought permission to use their content, shouldn't you too? Now, is it petty to strike down someone's content simply because you don't like them? Of course it is. But just because it's petty doesn't mean it's wrong. Like, listen, I told you guys a while back, Anthony Johnson filed a copyright strike against me for simply using a picture. As upset as I was about it, he was well within his rights to file that claim. Now, I ended up winning that appeal, but did I go and use that same picture? Of course not. Right? Now, does that make me any better or worse than Anthony Johnson? Whatever. But the fact remains is that whether I agree with what he did or not, he was well within his rights to do that. But I don't see you bitching and complaining about other large content creators issuing copyright strikes. Where's your outrage about DJ Academic striking his content? His team strikes down any clip almost immediately. Most big creators do this on the regular. This is why we know that this public service announcement has nothing to do with this policy and everything to do with Fresh and Fit. And you're not fooling anyone here, Abba. Anyone who truly believes that this isn't about Myron and Fresh is either not paying attention or they have a disdain for Fresh and Fit themselves. You could have said something to YouTube a long time ago, but you decided to say something about it now. Yeah, we totally buy that this has nothing to do with your bias against Fresh and Fit. He continues. Sorry about that. So I'm not going to lie to you. He says, I was a little disappointed when I saw this because irrespective of what you guys may believe, I don't want Fresh and Fit removed off YouTube. I don't want them destroyed. Boy, he is quite the wordsmith, isn't he? Abba, once again, is virtue signaling. And let me point the finger at myself here and level with you guys and just be straight up honest. Just be straight up honest with you guys. A lot of you, and listen, a lot of you guys might not like what I have to say, but deep down you know it's true. It's no secret. It is no secret that I do not like O'Shea Duke Jackson. In my opinion, O'Shea is a two-faced sellout who only cares about the black community when he is in front of a camera. Now, some of you might disagree with my opinion of him, and that's okay. I'm not going to pretend that I know everything about him. But based on 5+ years of observing the way he moves, his actions have led me to draw those conclusions. You guys are also well aware that there is no love lost between myself and Anthony Johnson. In my opinion, Anthony Johnson is a scared little boy who hides behind a false bravado to hide his fear of rejection by both men and women. He thinks he is a carbon copy of the 45th president, acts and speaks recklessly, and characterizes it all as being relentless. Anyone who is aware of my situation with him knows why I don't like the guy. All of that said, I don't want O'Shea and or Anthony to lose their channels. And I would never directly or indirectly endorse the removal or reporting of someone else's YouTube channel. Indirectly being the operative word, as Saint Abba will show us a little bit later. But as much disdain as I have for O'Shea and Anthony, I will never ever come on here and say report their channels and get them taken down. And even if I did, you guys wouldn't take me seriously, and you shouldn't. I've had Goose Day and Kevin Ray Wilder on my channel and instructed you guys not to harass them, don't troll them, don't insult them. So you guys in my audience, you guys know that I'm never going to be the guy who says, go report their channel. No, I'm not expecting praise or adulation for doing something that I shouldn't be doing in this regard. It's kind of like when women say, I don't cheat. My thought is, what, do you want a fucking cookie? You want a fucking cookie for that? Like, you're not supposed to cheat anyway. So don't expect me to praise you for not doing something you're not supposed to do in the first place. All of that said, if something like that did happen, I wouldn't lose any sleep over it. In fact, I'd be over the fucking moon about it. Listen, man, I'm not going to sit here and pretend that I'd come on the air and shed a tear for any of these dudes if that were to happen. And guess what? I can promise you those guys feel the same way about me. And they have shown as much. Anthony and his goons have openly bragged about having my channel taken down several times, and O'Shea uses it as content. Guess who Donovan blames for getting his channel taken down again? Or Donovan Sharpe's channel has been deleted, and guess who's mad? As a matter of fact, Anthony actually commented on a video that O'Shea did about me pertaining to him. There it is on your screen. Anthony wrote a big old paragraph insulting me, and O'Shea liked the comment. He talked all this shit, blah, 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 and O'Shea liked the comment. This is where my assessment of him being two-faced comes into play. Because a few years ago, sorry about that, O'Shea told me on the phone he doesn't trust white people. He does not trust white people, and he would never, ever, ever work with them. He told me. There are also several screen grab text conversations where O'Shea verifies what I just said. There is a full video. You guys can go and look at that. It's on my channel. I actually posted it recently. I don't know, maybe a week or two ago. So he doesn't trust white people, and said that if Anthony ever tried to do a Black 21 convention, he's going to, quote, have problems. O'Shea's words, not mine. Again, I did a complete video on this. This is when he tried to dog me and said I tried to sell out the black community. But Anthony comes on to his platform, talks a bunch of shit, and O'Shea actually likes the comment. Yes, gentlemen. Yes, this is being two-faced. That is called being two-faced, gentlemen. That's exactly what that is. Where O'Shea is a sellout, is paying me to write a book entitled Black Man's Revenge, the Black Man's Guide to Dating White Girls and Non-Black Women. There you see it. Got the Negro Manosphere logo on it and everything. He paid me to write this ebook for the purposes of collecting emails. Hey guys, sign up to be on my newsletter. Get this free ebook written by Donovan Sharpe. Then, maybe a year and a half later, he gets on a live stream roasting me and says, and I'm paraphrasing here, I had Donovan write the ebook Black Man's Revenge, and I didn't agree with any of that stuff. Go back and watch the video. He said this. He said he didn't agree with a book he paid me to write for his website. Obviously, he said this so that he could distance himself from me and my dating preferences. He wanted to keep his communita card, so he said what he had to. So let me get this straight. I just want to... A man you characterize as a sellout, you pay that guy to write a book that you don't agree with for the purposes of getting email addresses from your audience? Gentlemen, that is the very definition of a sellout. You are endorsing something you do not believe, his words. You are endorsing something you do not believe for personal gain. Again, that is the very definition of a sellout. You are endorsing something you do not believe for personal gain. There it is. Black Man's Revenge, the Black Man's Guide to Dating White Girls, negromanosphere.com. We all know that O'Shea is anti-interracial dating, but he has no problem publishing a guide that not only endorses it, but encourages it and gets email addresses in return. How is that not selling out? Anyway, you get back on track here. As much disdain as I have for these two, I'm never going to do a live stream telling everyone to go flag their channel. I don't have that kind of clout. And you guys, my audience, you guys know that would be out of character for me. But I'm not going to sit here and tell you I wouldn't be happy. And let's just keep it real. That's never going to happen. They both have solid followings and bigger followings than I ever will. So that's never going to happen. But I'm not going to sit here and tell you guys I don't want them to lose their channels just to sound morally and ethically superior. Gentlemen, I'm a human fucking being. What am I supposed to do? Act like I wouldn't be happy? Anyone who is familiar with my dealings with these two understand why I would not shed a tear if the worst were to happen. Well, Saint Abba he's trying to make us think he doesn't want Fresh and Fit destroyed. This is a fucking lie. And he is 1,294% in favor of the destruction of Fresh and Fit. Let me tell you something, fam. You don't go on a month-long smear campaign when you're not trying to destroy someone. Anthony Johnson tried to destroy me, and he used the very same tactics that Ab and Preach used and are still using, which is make a bunch of videos attacking their character and reputation under the guise of, I'm doing this for you guys. I'm doing this, guys, so you know the truth. No, you're not. You're trying to destroy their brand and reputation. So Saint Abba, you can miss me with this. I don't want Fresh and Fit removed off YouTube bullshit. And here's the thing, Abba. Admitting you wouldn't be sad if that happened doesn't make you evil. It doesn't make you the devil. It doesn't make you a bad person. Stop pretending you're above feeling some type of way about someone. It's a bad look. Let's continue. I make content, he continues, to criticize and do commentary. I enjoy it. We make laughs. People go back and forth. It's cool. When you want people's channels deleted, I think you go a step too far. You also have to know that if you abuse the system and YouTube finds out, you can get your channel terminated. And there, gentlemen, is your seed of inception. There's your seed of inception. If you abuse the system, and YouTube finds out, you can get your channel terminated. So while Saint Abba isn't directly telling people to report this abuse to YouTube, he is clearly letting them know that if YouTube found out, they could get their channel terminated. This technique is called covert communication of intent. People do this all the time, especially people with a significant following. Stefan Molyneux is very good at this. What they'll do is they'll point out a situation that they are displeased with, right? Then they will suggest to their audience with the remedy of what said situation is. So when and if Saint Abba addresses this, he can say, I didn't tell people to report the Fresh and Fit channel. I simply said that if YouTube found out about it, they could get their channel terminated. Well, that argument could certainly be an effective defense in a court of law, right? It's not in the court, but not in the court of common sense. Now, he's not going to respond to me because my channel I have a dinky little channel compared to theirs, right? It does him no good to respond. And if I were him, I wouldn't either, whatever. But that would be the defense that he would use. I never directly told them to report their channel. I simply informed them what could happen if YouTube were made aware of the situation somehow. And in the court of common sense, we say, and how exactly would YouTube be made aware of this? Now, fortunately for us, Saint Abba here gives us the answer. Pardon me. Folks like Jamari, Spencer Cornelia, as well as Playback have all been hit numerous times. We haven't been hit. However, I know what it's like. Oh, here he goes. I know what it's like to be a smaller channel and to not have any recourse. I have a YouTube rep. I can easily contact them, go through the back door, and handle a lot of this stuff. But for these smaller channels, they do not have the same resources. So when you do this, when you threaten their livelihoods, I'm like, man, what are you thinking? And I would caution, he says, the folks over at Fresh and Fit to rethink the strategy, because I'm telling you, it will get your channel removed. And if YouTube now starts to pay attention to the red pill community, and there you have it. And there you have it. The last piece to the puzzle. The last piece to the puzzle. Right? And again, people who want to defend this because they like Ab and Preach and dislike Fresh and Fit, they're going to pretend that this is completely innocent. And that Saint Abba is really looking out for the small guy. And that he's not really trying to cause trouble for Fresh and Fit. Right? Listen, you Abba and Preach fans, listen. You want us to think... You want us to think that you think Abba is genuinely concerned with this abusive strategy. That's fine. You can pretend away. But people who have common sense know the truth. And no, this could never be proven in a court of law, because all Saint Abba has done is inform people of what had happened to the Fresh and Fit channel should YouTube be made aware of their treachery. But given their recent history and conflict, with Fresh and Fit, and the commentary that accompanied it, any clear-headed individual can really see what's going on in this video. I would also go as far as to say that his last comment, pay attention, the red pill community, that is a thinly veiled threat to those who would speak out against them. I wouldn't be surprised in the least if that's what he was thinking when he wrote that last sentence. Let's continue. I've said, it's probably the translation. Said something about it, Fresh and Fit and other red pill content. Yes. It's been said so many things about Fresh and Fit and other red pill content that clearly violates terms of service. I would never think of using that to get at you guys ever. Why? Because if you guys are making money, then good for you. Translation. If I could, I would, but I don't, because I genuinely care about your livelihood. Not only is this more virtue signaling, this is him letting us know, hey, I could report you if I wanted to. He continues, I think everybody should be entitled to have their fan base and make as much as they want to critique each other, disagree, whatever it might be. But if you go down this road, he says, I'm letting you know, it's often your end that's going to get hit the hardest. You hear that, guys? Huh? Those aren't innocent, matter-of-fact observations, gentlemen. These are threats. These are threats and covert instructions to their followers to flag our channels for speaking out against them. He's not directly saying this. I want to make this clear. But there was a clear agenda and intent with this video. He's saying, if you go down this road, then you will sustain the most collateral damage. So let's quickly run this back down. First, he said, if you abuse the system and YouTube finds out about it, you can get your channel terminated. That is letting his audience know that if abuse is reported, then you can get your channel terminated. Even though he's using the word you, he is clearly speaking directly to and about Fresh and Fit. We know this because their name is in the title. Then he brings the receipts when he talks about Jamari, Spencer Cornelius, and Playback, all big-time content creators who have been hit numerous times. This is telling Fresh and Fit, if it can happen to them, it can happen to you. Right? Again, it's very obvious what he's communicating here. Then, third, he wants to feign concern about the strategy of Fresh and Fit and reinforces the part about losing their channel, saying, I would caution the folks over at Fresh and Fit to rethink the strategy, because I'm telling you, it will get your channel removed. He is hiding behind his indirect instructions to people for people to flag and report the Fresh and Fit channel, feigning his concern for their strategy. Next, he threatens me. He actually threatens me. He does. He says, there are some folks who had multiple channels deleted. You're not supposed to be on YouTube anymore. If YouTube found out about your channel, you will also get deleted. There's no doubt he was talking about and threatening me. Well, here's what Abba doesn't know. The YouTube AdSense account that was connected to the channels that I had gotten deleted are connected to this channel. YouTube knows that I've had 2 channels deleted. I went through all the proper channels to get all that taken care of. That's all there is to it. Then he threatens the entire Red Pill community, accurately pointing out that Red Pill content creators would most assuredly sustain the brunt of the collateral damage that comes from any conflict. Gentlemen, he is 100% right about that. He's 100% right about that. He knows that this is what happens when you actually, how can I put this? This is what happens when you actually pay attention to what people are saying and why they're saying it. On its face, this really does appear to be a man who is genuinely concerned about the welfare of smaller content creators. His voice is steady, he's calm, he's articulate, and he's measured. I'm not playing the video for obvious reasons, but whatever. But if you know the history and the background of this conflict and read between the lines, you will see what's really at play here, guys. All right. All right, let's read these super chats. Ray May. Oh, wait a minute. Sorry about that. D. Fry with the $5 super chat says, Fresh and Fit literally put a 5-hour video debunking claims made against them. The Dusty Twins. Others said nothing, just stuck with the lies. Has he heard of Clippers? I mean, I don't know. I mean, I'm going to tell you what. One thing I will give Abba credit for, the afro is actually kind of clean in this video. Like, the afro, I don't know. Like, I mean, it looks cleaner than it normally does. So I'll give him credit. I'll give him credit on that. Ray made $10 says, I want all this guy to succeed. You got great content, too. Only guy I can't stand is that bootlicking goof ABL. I have no idea who ABL is. Oh, Anthony Brian Logan. I like Anthony Brian Logan. Jordan Price says, so by A&P logic, he should go after Kevin Samuels because he also does the same thing for those using his content without permission and defaming him. Mike Hawk says, so Fresh and Fit is supposed to just let their critics make constant hit pieces for profit? Yeah, exactly. Elato, $20, says, I saw Spencer Cornelia on the NJ podcast. On the podcast, he said Fresh and Fit are misogynistic, and he also says that he has dating experience and that he banged 35 to 40 girls in a year. You should do a breakdown of this video. Jesus. Maybe. Blah, 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 blah. FLCL Climax, $5. Can't wait for Abba. Come on, guys. I mean, Saint Abba, he said Abba Dabba Doo to be Me Too'd. I don't want him to get Me Too'd, man. Pug Dad, $5. This is part of growing as a man is learning from our mistakes. Fresh and Fit apologize for the first reaction and will also learn and course correct from this also. Right. The reason why Fresh and Fit are not allowed to make mistakes is because people just don't want. They just don't want them anymore. Or they just don't like them. That's it. Mr. Fantastic says, shout out to you, Donovan. You're a real one. Pointing out these high moral ground, condescending, high integrity, virtue signaling gossipers. Dude, listen, the gossiping and all that, like, that's fine. That's what pays their bills. But, dude, the self-importance and integrity, get out of here. Come on, man. Come on. Nabil Khan with the 500, blah, 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 blah. Hang on a second. With the 500 KESs, which is, hang on. Oh, Kenyan shillings. It's about a $4.50 super chat. Appreciate that. Says, in all honesty, I enjoy both their content, but am I wrong for considering this mud wrestling? No, you're not wrong. No, you're not wrong. But the reason I'm doing this video, is because is nobody is coming out to defend Fresh and Fit, man. Nobody's coming out to defend him, man. And I think people are afraid to because multiple 6- and 7-figure content creators are they're all afraid to be attacked. Man, right? Like O'Shea's got over 200,000 subscribers. Aubin Preach, 1.5 million. Spencer Cornelia, 3 million. Like, dude, Fresh and Fit have 500,000 subscribers. But all of these big content creators with a total of like 15 million subscribers all coming after them. It's incredible. It's incredible. The real Sherrod Sutton, $5, says, this goes back to why you should never trust, befriend, or network with guys who are bad with women and promote paying for box. You said it, I didn't. You said it, I didn't. Mr. Real Estate, welcome to Chat Privileges. Don DeMarco. Eason Chill says, I'm here for my medicine. Keep holding it down. Will do. Mr. Real Estate says, dude, you're reaching. Mr. Real Estate, it's YOU''RE. In my opinion, you should stick to the dating advice and not get caught in the drama. The fact is, YouTube has responded and threatened Fresh and Fit channel. The platform has spoken. Mr. Real Estate, I would strongly advise you to go back to the beginning of this video. I would also strongly advise you to go to the Fresh and Fit Instagram page. Don't believe everything you see and hear, fam. And please learn the difference between your, and your. Mr. Real Estate says, this started because Fresh and Fit went after Abba and Preach, insulted them, then backtracked and gave a half-assed apology. Mr. Real Estate. Come on, man. Like, no, this started because Abba and Preach did a critique. Abba and Preach insulted Myron and Fresh behind the guise of critique. Myron and Fresh responded clearly the wrong way, and that's what happened. Mr. Real Estate again says, you're aligning yourself with a sinking ship. Again, YOU apostrophe RE. And if by sinking ship you mean over 500,000 subscribers, then yeah, I guess it is a sinking ship. Like you guys have to understand, man. Like, just because you say it doesn't make it true. I mean, YouTube, come on. Like, you're just in here talking. You're in here talking. Like, seriously, you gotta go do your research, please. Appreciate that. I appreciate you becoming a member, though. Thank you for the support. Mr. Real Estate again says, trying to read between the lines and decipher what you feel this man is saying versus what he is actually saying is crazy. This is not alpha male behavior. Oh, God, one of these guys. All right, the TSR snipers. Mr. Real Estate, get him out of here. He's trolling. Bro, you gotta, like, honestly, dude, you gotta learn the difference between your, and your. Like, come on, man. Come on. Seriously. Chris Brown says ABL is cool. I like Anthony Brian Logan. I like those guys. Derek Eaton, $5 says, Abba clearly has disdain for the Crimson Capsule. Yeah. I mean, a lot of people do. That's why, you know, and it's funny, the black community is all about, we got to stick together, yet they welcome Kevin Ray Wilder in with open arms because he talks shit about myself and Fresh and Fit. It's funny, the black community wants to be pro-black unless, of course, it's inconvenient. Black Lemur 2009 with the $500 super chat. Love that. Says, I didn't realize the Fresh and Fit boys were still being hammered or how bad it was. Doesn't this jealous loser have a life? Anything we can do to keep their channel from going down? Yeah. Like, comment, and subscribe, man. Like, comment, and subscribe. Yep. King Life says, Mr. Real Estate, you sound like you actually believe a chick when a chick says, don't worry about him, he's just a friend. That's what it sounds like to me. And again, your, and your. Tommy Jones, this is a very good comment. He says, seeing this level of deceptive female energy from the men attacking Fresh and Fit is my main takeaway. That's my main takeaway too, man. Like, real talk. Like, it's very, very, very sneaky. Very, very sneaky. Derek Eaton, $5, says, saw his take on the RP on their channel some time ago. I subbed to because of great content and being a stand-up guy. I appreciate that. Yeah, we actually defended them on the 6 one time. It is what it is. 2D Universe. Oops. 2D Universe, $5, says, I don't know. It's feminine to me to keep making videos about guys that's not making videos about you. They can't stay in their own space. Yeah. Like, dude, Myron and Fresh don't even talk about these guys. All they do is continue to crank out content. They crank out content, and then whenever they go viral, Fresh and Fit, blah, 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 blah. Fresh Prince CEO's girlfriend is Sugar Baby. Myron is defending himself. He's filing copyright claims. It's always something with these guys. It's always something. All right, very good. Okay, so let's continue with the video breakdown. It says, we're doing this video, Saint Abba continues, for all the smaller channels, the folks who are undoubtedly going to get hit by this if you guys are being hit. No, you're not. Abba, you could not give less of a shit about these smaller YouTube channels, and why should you? You don't know these people, so how could you care? I said it before, and I will say it again. We are inherently selfish people. That doesn't make us bad or flawed. It makes us human. Yes, there are many selfless people in the world. People who honestly put the needs of others before their own. Right? Like, we get that. People who are generous to a fault. People who genuinely care about people they don't even know, even if it is detrimental to their physical, mental, and even financial health. But Abba, that ain't you. And that's okay. Listen, man, I don't think Abba's a reprehensible human being. Right? I don't think you're a reprehensible human being because you genuinely do not care about people you don't know. You're just like most of the human population. We are not bad people if we don't stop and give the homeless guy some change. We are all selfish. Very few of us genuinely care about people we do not know. We definitely don't care about the well-being of strangers. Oh, I don't know, unless you're a politician, which you clearly are not. Gentlemen, oh, that's good. What Abba is doing here is he's trying to make these people believe that he actually cares about their well-being to give them enough resolve to report Fresh and Fit to YouTube. I don't fault him for not really caring, because if we're being honest with each other, almost none of us care about the well-being and the livelihood of people we do not know. Nobody in this industry is motherfucking Teresa. Nobody in this industry is Gandhi. We are men trying to help each other and make a good living at the same time. There's nothing wrong with that. Pretending you care about the people who are feeling some type of way that they got a community strike for using content they clearly did not have permission to use, and calling a man a rapist is laughably transparent. I cannot stand people who virtue signal on this level. I cannot stand guys like this who try to paint themselves as these bastions of moral superiority. I cannot stand guys who attempt to use the masses to do their bidding. Yes, I have quite a few people myself who follow me that I deeply care about. A lot of you are in the chat, man. Ice Dragon Kid, King Life, Dre Raven, shit, man, Jay Blaze, Damian Hanma. Who else, man? Casual Germ, Black Lemur 2009, BK from the Rockies, the late Red Pill Mike. God rest his soul. I love each and every one of you guys. And if any of you guys who have supported me were in this circumstance, I would honestly do my damnedest to try to make it right because I actually care about you. No, this doesn't make me better or worse than Saint Abba. I'm not trying to be Mr. Morality here. I ride for guys that ride for me, and that's all there is to it. That doesn't make me good or bad. That simply makes me a man. You can take it or leave it. But for Abba to sit here and pretend to care about these strangers as a ruse to get Fresh and Fit taken down, that's irresponsible. Now, I can hear some of you asking now, how do you know he doesn't care about these guys? They could be longtime followers of them, just like your guys are of you. And how would you know? They have 1.5 million subscribers. Do you really think they go through all of their comments? That's impossible. I have barely 1/11th of their following, if I'm doing the math correctly. And I don't go through mine, so I know they don't go through theirs. But the biggest thing is, and this is big, they never live stream. They never live stream, at least not that I know of. That's not a crime. That's not a sin. But it is very difficult to interact and connect with your audience if you don't live stream. Nobody has time to go through all of the comments of a video with 500,000 views. I don't care who you are. Even if you hire someone, they're just giving you the highlights. So there's another degree of separation, which means you can only care so much. I'm sure these guys have a few loyal followers. But how can you be sure if you don't really know who they are? And just because they're subscribers doesn't mean they're a content creator. The only thing these guys have in common with the guys who are getting copyright strikes is their disdain for Fresh and Fit. There's your common ground. The enemy of my enemy is my friend type of thing. He continues. Feel free he continues, to message us. You, the viewer, I'm talking to you. You guys watching us right now. All the folks who watch us regularly with us. If you want to help us out, it's not that difficult. You can either like and comment if you don't have a Twitter. And if you do have a Twitter, get on Twitter and at YouTube and say hey to these guys, whatever, Fresh and Fit are abusing the copyright system. If everyone adds them, I promise YouTube will get on it. And there, gentlemen, is what we call in the marketing and sales business is your call to action. There it is. This is Saint Abba now directly instructing his audience to use social media to report what he characterizes as copyright abuse. He said it in plain English, or take my word for it. Right? This is his call to action against Fresh and Fit. He was clean until that little paragraph right there. Now let me quickly go back. So the main reason why Fresh and Fit were doing copyright strikes. Guys in this business know that criticism is part of the gig. We know that trolling is part of the contract. We get that. There are countless videos out about me, talking shit about me, my girl, Donovan's a beta, Donovan's girlfriend is fat, blah, 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 blah. Now, years ago, this stuff used to bother me, right? When I was a relatively new content creator, getting discovered by, more people, most of the feedback I got was very positive. I don't ever believe, I don't know, the bigger you are, the more eyeballs you draw. And the more eyeballs you draw, the more critics come your way. That's how it goes. At some point, you reach a threshold that rubs people the wrong way for whatever reason. This is when the haters come out, right? And keep this in mind, guys. Keep this in mind. Most of your ardent supporters, most of your biggest supporters will remain silent, but most of your haters will not. Haters will always be louder than supporters. It is what it is. But when these channels are calling you a rapist, even though you didn't rape anybody, you haven't been arrested for it, you haven't been charged, you haven't been convicted, that's where you have to draw the line. Listen, you have to draw the line somewhere. Pardon me. EPAR spelled backwards, gentlemen, is an egregious and unspeakable crime. Easily the worst crime anyone can commit. Honestly, I'd rather be red rummed or ended than DPAR spelled backwards. And that shit's real. There are some things that are worth than being ended. That's one of them. EPAR is a serious accusation, gentlemen. It's as serious as they come. Any man, regardless of whether or not he is a part of the RP community, clearly understands that. We know that false EPAR accusations are rampant and unfair. So imagine Myron's situation. Just imagine this for a second. He's got dozens of channels, big channels, making videos calling him a racist. Just flippantly giving him this label. Myron has not DPAR spelled backwards anybody. He has not been arrested for it. He has not been charged with it. He has not been convicted of it. So when someone who is new to this community looks up Myron Gaines or Fresh and Fit and sees Myron labeled as a snuggle struggler, that instantly brands him this way forever in a person's eyes. And what about Myron's family, huh? What about his friends? Myron grew up with Jordan Reed. Jordan Reed used to play in the NFL. He recently retired, if I'm not mistaken. Could you imagine, honestly, can you imagine getting a call from your father or your mother or your sister or your friend asking, did you really rape somebody? Just think about that. Think about that. You are branded as a person who has committed the most unspeakable crime, even though you didn't do it, haven't been arrested for it, haven't been charged for it, and have not been convicted of it. You've got dozens of content creator putting out dozens of videos calling you a rapist. Yeah. You're goddamn right I'd want those videos taken down. And let's be clear, again, I am not talking about the videos that are critical of someone. I'm not talking about videos making fun of the way you look, or your nationality, or make fun of your nose, or say that your girl is fat, or say that you don't have any game, or talk about the missteps you made during the summertime. I'm not talking about that. All of that is perfectly fine. When you are a content creator and you step in shit, that's fair game. It is what it is. But Myron and Fresh stepped in shit. Both Myron and Fresh stepped in shit all summer long. They admitted their mistakes and they course corrected. I am not talking about those videos. I am talking about the videos putting the R-word label onto Myron. Those are the only videos I'm referring to. The only videos. And let's watch this again.
Day socializing with somebody who's like a rapist. Like,
see that?
Spend my day socializing with somebody who's like a rapist. Like,
this is Abba.
Spend my day socializing with somebody who's like a rapist. Like,
Myron doesn't have the right to defend his good name. He doesn't have the right to get content taken down that brands him as a rapist, even though he didn't commit the crime. And there is zero and provided no evidence. And now you have Saint Abba saying this.
Spend my day socializing with somebody who's like a rapist. Like,
despite absolutely not a shred of evidence to support that statement. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that Myron and Fresh are saints. Shit, I'm not even going to sit here and say they have morals. I am not here to defend the things they admitted to fucking up. I'm not going to do that. I had the very same, very difficult, terse, heated conversations with the both of them about this stuff. I did that. Again, they owned their mistakes and they course corrected. But to characterize what Myron is doing as abuse of copyright, when he is removing videos that talk about him as though he were guilty of committing the R-word crime, is piss poor judgment. Abba, you're not a bad person because you don't like Fresh and Fit. You're not a terrible human being if you're critical of them. We all have our opinions of your criticism of them, but in the end, all that is fair game. But to call Myron a rapist on a platform with over 4 million subscribers, that's a bitch move, my nigga. Plain and simple.
Spend my day socializing with somebody who's like a rapist. Like,
that is a bitch move. And chastising him for exercising his right to protect his content under the guise of caring about the little guy, that's also a bitch move. I don't give a shit what anybody says, Abba. You are flat out wrong for that.
Spend my day socializing with somebody who's like a rapist. Like,
let's skip down a little and finish this out. And this is the last thing I'll say I do. I do find it rather funny that it's dudes who claim to have so much confidence, comfortableness in themselves, alpha males, dating coaches who seem to be the most fragile, who seem to have all these outbursts and get all hyper emotional about everything, who abuse copyright system and use weird, shoddy legal tactics to get people back in a vindictive way. And there you have it. There you have it. He just couldn't help himself, could he? Couldn't help himself. He could not hide his obvious disdain for Fresh and Fit, which is the reason why he did this whole public service announcement in the first place. So because a man exercises his right to protect his name is fragile, a man taking down videos of people calling him a a rapist, that's hyper emotional, getting videos taken down that accuse you of a serious felony is vindictive? You're using female tactics in an attempt to get a man to drop his guard to sustain more damage. You're saying if you were such an alpha male, you wouldn't react. You wouldn't be so fragile. You wouldn't react so hyper emotionally when content creators call you a rapist. I knew you guys were frauds. If you were real men, you would allow people to just say anything they want about you, up to and including felonies that could damage your reputation and your very freedom for the rest of your natural born lives. Yeah, Abba, total frauds. Nailed it. You see, a couple of months ago, when everyone was dogging Fresh and Fit, right? Everyone was dogging him. It was all fun and games. Everyone assumed that what they were hearing was the truth. But then after they did their 5-hour live stream addressing all that had happened, as well as the accusations, fucking crickets. Crickets. Nobody wanted to come out and say, okay, all right, I may have jumped the gun on the whole Fresh and Fit thing. Nope, everyone fell back. And now that Myron has started to take action against the people who have spoken irresponsibly about him, namely about EPAR spelled backwards, now it's a problem. Now all of a sudden, oh, it wasn't that serious, bro. Why are you reacting this way? Because rape is a serious fucking crime. In this era of listen and believe and the famous human resources hashtag, men are guilty till proven innocent in the court of public opinion. And as fucked up as that is, that's the reality. We can all sit here and talk about how unfair that is. The rules are different in the court of public opinion. One such unwritten rule is whoever says it first, or whoever gets to say it first, gets more credibility. Again, that's not right, but that's the way it is. That's the way it is. A lot of people take advantage of the unwritten rules of public opinion, right? They quite literally publish videos accusing people of whatever they want to accuse them of, and there's nothing anyone, including the accused, can do about it. Except, of course, what Myron is doing. You see, it's all fun and games when you're piling on and kicking a man while he's down and calling him a rapist with zero evidence. But now that that man is fighting back and trying to clear his name, now he's being cowardly and fragile and emotional. It makes absolutely zero sense for anyone to just sit back and allow everyone to make frivolous accusations against them, especially when it comes to felonies like EPAR. And again, let's be clear. Let's be clear. This is what I'm talking about. I want to reiterate that I have absolutely no problem with people being critical of other people. I have absolutely no problem with people, if you want to call somebody names, if you want to call them a fraud, if you want to talk shit, they're a grifter, a fraud, a scam artist, talk shit about the girl, fine. If you want to say they're fat, ugly, knock yourself out. And anybody who tries to strike those videos down with a community strike, that's a bitch move. And this is actually when Myron and I got loud with each other. He didn't like that I said it was a bitch move. But don't run and cry to Abba and preach when the other shoe drops. You live by the sword, you die by the sword. You took advantage of the unwritten Wild West rules of court of public opinion. And now it's come to bite you all in your collective asses. And now you guys are running to Abba and bitching to him because you know how he feels about Fresh and Fit. You know he doesn't like those guys. So Abba predictably did what a man with a clear agenda and vendetta would do, which is to indirectly instruct his audience to flag and report Fresh and Fit under the guise of, I'm doing this for you, the little guys, because this is wrong. Pardon me. Then, of course, at the end, it says, always these guys, it's always these types of guys who do all these things. And, you know, what's funny is that Fresh and Fit actually react to content on their channel. They play other people's clips. They play other people's videos all the time, and that's acceptable. But if you guys do it, if other people react to your stuff, all of a sudden it's an issue. What if you guys are wondering where Preach is? He's currently on tour, blah, 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 blah. But again, I just want to make this video real quick. All right, guys, if you want to support, again, algorithm people, like and comment so that this video can boost on algorithm and get seen by more people. And if you have a Twitter, get on Twitter at YouTube and the other channels that are being hit by this. I'm sorry. It's unfair. One last call to action. One last call to action. One more call to action for good measure. Yes, Myron and Fresh do react to other people's content. There's just one difference. There's one difference. They're not calling these guys rapists. Did you forget that part, St. Abba? It's so obvious that he's leaving out the part where these content creators are putting the R moniker on Myron. Yes, content creators react to each other's content. But, pardon me, but that doesn't give the contenter, that doesn't give them, and again, if they react to some content, that doesn't give them the right to just copyright strike them, right? You think, but listen, you can think whatever you want, okay? But Myron is well within his rights to do so. I told him on the phone, I was like, look, man, copyright striking people just because you don't like what they say about you, that's a bitch move. That's a bitch move. I told him that. He is right. He is not about, but by the same token, I got lost in my train of thought there. By the same token, he is not about to relinquish his right to do so because you say it's not right. In the end, Abba, like I said before, if you don't like these dudes, just say you don't like them and be done with it. Don't sit there on your high horse and pretend you have a problem. Pretend you don't have a problem with these guys. Don't sit there and pretend to give a shit about strangers you have nothing in common with other than the fact that you are haters of Fresh and Fit. Don't sit there acting like you're concerned about their content strategy and that someone should let them know. No, just keep it real with your audience and say, look, I don't like these niggas. I can't stand them. Your audience would respect you a lot more if you would just come right out and just be honest with how you feel about them. I mean, honestly, are you afraid you're going to lose your Saint card or something? If you show any sort of negative emotion or a flaw in your personality, are you going to lose your following or something? Because even your most ardent supporters know why you did this video. They're not stupid. So here's a little advice for you, Abba. Stop treating your audience like they're dumbasses. People aren't stupid. Nobody buys that you did this video out of concern. Nobody believes that you give a shit about the well-being of complete strangers. But guess what? Nobody would blame you for it. That doesn't make you a bad person. So you don't like Myron and Fresh. Cool. Fine. A lot of people don't. It doesn't make you Satan if you express as much. Except, of course, if you're actively trying to get them canceled. Because if you did admit how you really felt, you probably would not have done this video, which is exactly why you did this video. So to anyone watching this video, if this changes your opinion of me, then so be it. I'm not going to sit here and act like I don't care. Okay, if this causes you to unsubscribe from me, I'm not going to act like it doesn't bother me either. Okay? And I'll tell you guys, man, I'll tell you guys right now. I'll tell you guys right now. That's the hardest part about going through what I went through in the spring with Anthony Johnson before this whole Fresh and Fit thing. The hardest part, man, let me go back to this. The hardest part about what I went through with Anthony was getting comments and emails from longtime supporters who said that they were disappointed in me. The very person who was the inspiration for my book, The 49 Laws of Sharpe, he said, I believed in you. To find out you've been married this whole time is disappointing. You're a fraud. Guys, that shit hurt me to the fucking core. And it still does, man. That shit, oh my God, that shit fucking hurt, man. And there were plenty of other people who shared that sentiment who were longtime followers of mine. All of this was caused by a man with a clear agenda and vendetta against me because I had the audacity to compete with him. He told everyone that I was married. I'm not married, guys. But Anthony Johnson used the court of public opinion in his favor and managed to separate me from some of my biggest supporters who had become actual friends of mine. That's the kind of damage stuff like this can do. So if you want to unsubscribe, fine. But somebody had to say something. For Abba to indirectly encourage his audience to report their channel, that's a straight up bitch move. And if that gets my channel taken down, then so be it. Just make sure you download the Sharpe Stream mobile app and subscribe to my newsletter if you'd like to continue supporting my content. And again, I'm not doing this to get a pat on the back from anybody. Not doing this for praise or accolades. These are the kinds of things that men should be doing for each other in the first place. Something that O'Shea, Anthony Johnson, and Abin preach, obviously know nothing about. I'm not going to sit here and say that I'm any better or worse than those guys, because heaven knows I've done some fucked up shit in my life. But one thing I will not do is to try to bullshit you guys about what I do or what I say or why I do or why I do and say what I say, just to give you guys the warm and fuzzies. Yes, I did this video to defend two of my very best friends. And TLA, if you're watching, defending your friends because they're your friends isn't a bad thing in the court of public opinion. So you can miss me with that court of law bullshit analogy. Love you to death, but I respectfully disagree with your assessment. But make no mistake, gentlemen, make no mistake. I also did this video because I straight up do not like Abin Preach. Can't stand those guys. And if you think that makes me a terrible person, then I can't control what you think. But at least I'm honest about how I feel about certain guys. I'm not here to make you guys think that I'm trying to sing Kumbaya with everybody or that there aren't people I don't like. And also keep this in mind. Just because I'm friends with Myron Gaines does not mean that I endorse everything he's done. A lot of people, well, if you side with Myron Gaines, then you must agree with X. I don't know what he does in his free time. I don't live with the nigga. Myron Gaines is my friend. He's always been fair with me. Yeah, guess what? We've had points of contention in our relationship. That's what happens. So if by me being associated with Myron Gaines causes you to unsubscribe and unfollow, it sucks. I hate that. I mean, it sucks, and I hate that you have to do that. I'm sorry you feel that way. If you come back, I'll welcome you back with open arms. Oh, boy. All right. Wow, has this really been 2 hours? God damn. I lifted heavy and hard today, and I had a protein-packed breakfast. I had 6 eggs. I don't know, probably a half a pound of bacon and 2 protein bars. I have not been hungry since. All right, let me go to the super chats. Real talk, guys, I really, really appreciate. Oh, I really appreciate the support. I was about to burp, but I really appreciate the support, man. You guys are way too generous, man. Give me just a second. I got to scroll all the way up. Wow, hold up. I got to get the soundboard up. Give me a second. Wayne with the $100 super chat. Says, Fresh and Fit is not a reaction channel. They make original content and don't rely on others' content to sustain theirs. I mean, I would agree. Now, listen, I'm a reaction channel. Up until, oh, man, I started reacting to Kevin and Myron's videos when they got big. So I figured, you know what? I've got good relationships with those guys. Let me get their permission to do reactions on their videos, and thankfully for me, it's worked out pretty good. It's worked out pretty good. Ooh, pardon me. Give me 1 second. Andrew JP34, 10 British pounds. So when is it acceptable to be in a man's house, then publicly accuse him of being a rapist publicly? Disgusting behavior, and apart from you, Rolo and MLD, no one has called him out on it. Exactly. Like, dude, you can't do that. You can't call somebody an E-Paris. You just can't do that. River Bacon, $5, says, men who don't believe in God become their own gods and cast judgment as such. I don't believe I'm a god, but I wish, oh my God, I would give anything to feel, I would give anything to really have that devout belief in God that I used to, man. I really, really would. I really would. I don't want to get into all that. I don't want to get all into all that. FLCL Max says, quote, Manosphere is blue pill once a chick gets in the middle. Yabba dabba fell for that old hooker chick, then pulled the snake move. Yeah, right. Nina unrated. You guys remember that? You guys remember that? Nina Unrated? Marquise 912 says, Abba and Preach are so fake. They made fun and mocked Skippy all year, but when Fresh and Fit tried to help, they pretended to care about his mental health. Exactly. Like, dude, what was that? J. Sean Harris, $10, says, tricking out my favorite YouTubers. My IG was disabled because a troll reported me for bullying because I clapped back at him for harassing me, all because I commented, Myron, you are a good dude. Thanks for existing. Don't take the bait, people. Real talk. Real talk. Real talk. $10 super chat. That's the most annoying thing about detractors. They pretend to be unrealistically heroic. Oh my God, dude. Abba and Preach and Kevin Ray Wilder. Those guys are, oh my God, those are just virtue signalers. Ay, ay, ay. Mr. Nassau 81, $5 says, keep up the good work. Appreciate that very, very much. Knight Commander, 10 euros, says, oh God, you guys are killing me with these names. Apu and Glitch and haters is getting on my nerves. Bunch of haters who cannot make their own content and slandering their names. I respect you, Donovan, Sharpe, and Fresh and Fit for Life. I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that. Oh boy. Succubus, $5. Appreciate that. Jason Moreno, $5 says, with the world having the shoot first, question last mentality, you can't blame him. That's a serious accusation that should come with an ass kicking. You said it, I didn't. You said it, I didn't. Tony S., $5 says, Myron is Sudanese, Abba is Ethiopian. Both countries have been in conflict for years. No surprise Abba has randomly started taking jabs at Myron. I don't think that has anything to do with it. I don't know. Who knows? Maybe it is. 2D Universe, $5 says, Fresh and Fit stayed on their square and repositioned. I respect that more than Abba keeping the hate alive by dragging these men. It's like, dude, like their last now 5 videos, all Fresh and Fit based. Like, dude, you have 3 times the subscribers these dudes have. Like, honestly. Kofa J says Abba's begging for a beatdown at this point. No, he's not. He would never talk like this in front of them. Mike T says Abba is Giga PUC. I have no idea what that means. Appreciate the super chat. Black Wolf Inc. Black Wolf Inc. says, sorry, fam, but you gave me a wrench, so I ain't leaving. Also, it doesn't matter whether you believe in God or not. You're clearly doing his work right now. I appreciate that. I don't know, man. I think there is... I don't want to get into that. Goose Island. That's a cool name. $10. So shout out to you, Donovan. It takes a real one like you who sees past the BS and come to an objective conclusion on what's really going on. I do the same thing if I were in your shoes. Listen, guys, I'll admit, okay, I'm not biased. I like Myron and Fresh. I dislike Abba and Preach. So I'm being honest about my bias here. Like, I don't like Abba and Preach, Myron and Fresh. Those are the homies. Those are the homies. But hopefully the things I've pointed out, will help you guys to see, hey, you know what? Maybe there's something to this. Jeeper Creeper says, heard Fresh and Fit has 7 days to delete the strikes. Does YouTube even investigate these? Yeah, go to the beginning of my of the live stream. Fresh and Fit's channel is not in any danger. They filed a bunch of copyright strikes. YouTube rejected most of them. I think Myron said they approved like 6 or 7 of them. That was on Playback's channel. Jamari and Cornelia Spencer. I honestly hadn't heard of any of those guys. They're all 100 times bigger than me, so why would I? Yeah, so that's why they're feeling some type of way. But TLA went on his channel and showed a bunch of letters and led his audience to believe that Myron and Fresh are going to get their channel taken down in 7 days. Well, the process he left out a lot of stuff. Go back to the beginning and watch, and you'll be able to see that. I might actually cut out that part of the broadcast and then post that individually. So I greatly, greatly appreciate that. Oh man, oh man, oh man. My voice is tired. My voice is tired. Keen Dietrich says, can I please know the comment that got me in timeout so I don't repeat it? I fully support this channel 9,000%. Yeah, Keen, I mean, like, Keen Dietrich is, you're one of the homies, man. So, yeah. Lamar's Journey says, I literally went to the video of him calling Myris a E-Paris now. I mean, yeah. Black Sunday says, Jamari is a half-assed YouTuber who does surface-level research on his hit piece videos. Oh, okay. I don't know who any of those guys are. The Cornelia Spencer guy? Is he a dude? Hold on a second. Because I put him in I had my thumbnail guy do it. Whatever. Whatever. What this comes down to is that even though Fresh and Fit have a smaller channel, they're killing these guys in numbers, man. Like, dude, Fresh and Fit is fucking fun. Dude, it's fun to watch. It's fun to be involved with. Oh, by the way, I am 1,000%, 1,000%. I'm going to be in Miami from Tuesday until Thursday. I booked my plane ticket. I'm flying down there on, I forget, Devin can tell you what time. I'm flying down there first class. Dude, I got the layback. Dude, I got the layback seats. The lay flat seats. Fucking, dude, I love those things. Dude, you got the TV. And, like, you know me, man. Like, I do well financially. And I try to act like I've been there before. But, dude, I'm like, yo, this is crazy. I can see the old people now. New money. Hell yeah, it's new money. I don't give a shit. But yes, I will be on the Fresh and Fit podcast, probably the 22nd and or the 23rd. Stack Racks Relax. $10 says, this was all calculated. I've been preached. We're stuck at 1.1 million subs for a long time. When the beef happened, they got to 1.5 million subs. Yeah. Hey, listen, I'm not knocking the hustle. I'm not knocking the hustle, man. What they did to Fresh and Fit, nothing short of fucking brilliant. Dude, I wish I could go after a content creator and increase my subscriber base by 50%. No, I wouldn't really do that. But, oh yeah, there you go. Ah, cool, yes, yeah, listen, yes, Vice City Donovan is going to be in full effect, as only he can. Yes, I'm going to be in Miami from December 22nd through the 24th. Then Devin and I are going to be in Miami right at the end of January. I actually plan on making trips down to Miami about once every 6 or 7 weeks. It's just a lot of fun, man. It's a lot of fun. I like hanging out with my guys, you know. A lot of fun. A lot of fun. Tommy Jones says, can't wait. Appreciate that. Thank you guys all very much for tuning in. I wanted this to be all meat and potatoes. Like I said, man, I was discouraged. by, Yerson, come to the studio. Take a picture with him, man. I got you. I was discouraged by 3 people by 3 people I respect and trust very, very much. But in the end, a man has to make his own decisions. And when I sat down and thought about it, I said, okay, if I continue to align myself with Myron and Fresh, who's that going to piss off? Well, the only people it's going to piss off is Black YouTube. Well, Black YouTube hates me, right? So why would I sever a relationship with 2 of my best friends, TLA, 2 of my very best friends, to appease a community that wouldn't piss on me if I were on fire? Doesn't make any sense. Black YouTube, the black community never, they don't care. They don't like me. They don't give a shit. They don't care about your boy. I'm used to it. It is what it is. It is what it is. So, yeah, Riley, thank you very much, man. Shout out to you guys. Shout out to you guys for your support. This was all kinds of fun. I feel like merch. I feel a lot better, man. I feel a lot better because like this has been and I did it before. And again, the reason I took down the video of me doing the Ab and Preach thing is because I would not put it past them to hit me with a copyright strike for using their content. So I did the smart thing and I just, But I wanted to do this for a while, man. I never had a problem with Ab and Preach until they revealed themselves as these haters. I just think it's just, it's like all of this concern cloaked and dripping with morality. Get the fuck out of here, man. Dude, don't. Anyway. So, now, just so you guys know, I'm not doing another video like this. I'm not yet merch. I'm not doing another video on this or any other drama. I don't care who makes a listen. O'Shea's gonna come after me. TLA is gonna come after me. Kevin Ray Wilder's gonna come after me. All these guys are gonna come after me. I don't care. I have way too much content. I have way too much content to create. Number one. Number two, our travel schedule for 22 is going to be packed. There are so much more important things to talk about than this sort of thing. And a lot of people are going to ask, well, why did you do this live stream, Donovan? Because somebody had to, man. Somebody had to. Nobody's out here sticking up for Fresh and Fit, man. Everyone wants to paint these guys as these criminal, villainous. They help people, man. They help people. And it's just weird that, and dude, I talked about this years ago. Women don't have to come after us anymore. They don't. Our biggest haters and biggest detractors are other men, and that's a goddamn shame. And it's never, dude, the channels that come after us are never, ever, ever channels that actually help men. Not to say that channels that entertain and do the gossip and the tea, listen, they have their place. But dude, we're just trying to help guys. Leave us the fuck alone, man. Goddamn. No, the problem is that there's jealousy and envy. Somebody said in the chat, Ab and Preach wants to be Fresh and Fit. Yeah, listen, man. Fresh and Fit have made envoys with, dude, celebrity. Oh, Jesus. Anyway. Thank you guys very much for tuning in. There's not going to be an elite level game tonight. I'm going to take tonight off, but I'm going to have my guy. I'm going to have my guy cut everything up. And, okay, so King Life, $5 says, DS, watch the video I sent in Sharpe stream. King Life, why aren't you a mod? Hang on a second. Oh, you are a mod. Okay. All right. Yeah, I'll check it out. I will definitely check it out. So I'll definitely check that out. Oh, okay, Dev emailed it to me. Okay. Jeeper Creeper says, Don, go on Adam 22. I appreciate you guys doing that, but I'm not big enough for Adam 22, man. It'd be great, but Adam 22 doesn't want me on his program, dude. I got to reach 250,000 subscribers before I can start requesting that kind of stuff. I'd love to go on Adam 22. I like him. I think he's a cool guy, but I'm not big enough yet. At this rate, I'll get to 250,000 subscribers in about 7-8 years. Who knows, man? Who knows? I've been stuck at 127. I've been fluctuating and all that good stuff. So thank you guys very much for tuning in. Thank you so very much for the support. My thanks goes out to all of my super chatters. Shout out to you guys. Yes, there absolutely There absolutely will be. Jeeper Creeper says, stop the cap. You know, I'm telling you, man. Like, Adam 22 is cool as shit, but dude, I don't know, man. Like, I'm proud of my success, but I'm not gonna, I'm not that arrogant to believe I can just be like, yo, Adam 22, let me come on to your show. So I'm looking for my, blah, 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 blah. Sorry about that, guys. I got lost. There we go. Oh, wait a minute. That's not what I wanted. Oh, yeah. All right, fine. Thank you guys very much for tuning in to this impromptu TSR Live. Like, comment, subscribe, and if my channel's not here, I'll see you guys on Sharpe Stream. Thanks for watching, guys. See you next time.
Understanding women and increasing your dating success starts with Donovan Sharpe's massive collection of award-winning books and courses. Get off to a fast start and jumpstart your masculine renaissance with the 49 Laws of Sharpe. The 49 Laws of Sharpe is the perfect quick start guide for any man new to this community looking for the answers that keep them up at night after a bad experience with a woman. So many men ask themselves, why did she cheat? How could I not see this coming? Why did I miss the signs? And how can I avoid this in the future? The 49 Laws of Sharpe will answer these questions and many more. This will give you a rock-solid foundation upon which to build, develop, and cultivate your newfound identity, and put you miles ahead of your competition. Most men have never had access to this valuable information, let alone understand and apply it. But the 49 Laws of Sharpe will give you an unfair advantage over men and women. This treasure trove of valuable knowledge is available in audio, video, ebook, and paperback. Next, supplement your newly acquired foundational knowledge, supercharge your dating life with Donovan's 25-hour course, How to Master the Game. How to Master the Game will teach you the ins and outs of the player life, overcoming approach anxiety, identifying women who you want to approach, text game, first date principles and logistics, avoiding the friend zone, and so much more will be covered extensively. Also included are the bonus podcasts that will cover how to dress, Tinder game, and much more. Put simply, How to Master the Game will turn you into a stone-cold assassin with the ladies. Available in video and audio format. If you're not the kind of guy who wants to live the bachelor life, or you've had your fill of the player life and are looking for something a little more fulfilling, How to Build a Quality Woman from the Ground Up is a must. Donovan's 5-part, 7-hour audio course will show you step-by-step how to find, cultivate, and sustain a solid, healthy relationship. Everything from selecting the right woman, to coaching and correction, to what to do between the sheets. How to Build a Quality Woman from the Ground Up will guide you through the entire process of building the kind of woman you want and need. The strategies and techniques in this course are exactly what Donovan does in his own relationship to this day. And he is living proof that women can be beneficial to men provided they have the right instruction. And finally, the ultimate weapon all men are looking for in terms of being able to read and understand women, Donovan Sharpe's revolutionary, one-of-a-kind course that has been called the Cheat Code, Womanese. Womanese is the first and only course of its kind that gives men the raw and honest truth about what women really mean when they communicate verbally. Womanese translates female communication with shocking accuracy and has changed the dating lives and relationships of men the world over. So many men have avoided disaster because of the preciseness and sheer volume of material in this course, which contains over 600 translations. How cool would it be to be able to see through a woman's BS and act accordingly right then and there? rather than getting blindsided when it's too late. What would it be like to have the ability to read a woman like a book based only on what she says? These abilities will be at your disposal with Womanese. Women won't be able to lie to you, cheat on you, deceive you, or take advantage of you. The time and money you'll save pays for the course almost immediately. Womanese is available in video, audio, ebook, and paperback format and can be purchased one volume at a time or all at once. Men in his community often state that the best investment a man can make is in himself. Donovan's extensive educational materials will take your life to the next level. And the only place you can get this life-changing knowledge is tsracademy.com. Link in description.